everyone, and welcome to the ghost town of California languages, where we mine through the bones of languages native to California. Miiyu, and welcome to episode 10. This is a very special, personal episode because today we'll be learning about the Acjachemen tribe, which holds a special place in my heart. 2 summers ago, I had the privilege of meeting Miss Jacque Tahuka Nunez, an Acjachemen storyteller. At a Native American event at the La Habra Children's Museum, I got to learn so much about her culture and listened to some amazing, interesting stories. There was also a whole exhibit dedicated to the California natives in the changing gallery. I would always stop and watch her stories on the TVs inside the exhibit. She also has a website where you can learn more. What sparked my interest in the Acjachemen tribe was when I coincidentally looked up the native land I was living on out of curiosity this past summer. I found out it was actually the Acjachemen tribe, and I recalled that I had met Miss Jacque 2 years prior. I researched more about the tribe and found out that their language was actually endangered. This was when I had recently gotten into linguistics, so I delved deeper and decided to use it as a case study in my research paper. In this project, I compared and contrasted communication, or lingua franca languages, like English, with cultural languages, which tend to have fewer speakers but carry more cultural elements and strength. I thought to myself, Acjachemen would be a perfect example of cultural languages. Gaining more curiosity, I found out that the tribe was also not federally recognized. This shocked me as I did not know how much meaning this held. I reached out to Miss Heidi Lucero, a Acjachemen tribal chairwoman. It was such an honor to meet with her, and she explained to me the process of federal recognition, some cultural facts, and where the language is right now in terms of revival. I also learned that there are 10,000 plus pages of documentation and a whole team of researchers at Soka University, in addition to the tribe, to make this federal recognition process happen. And as for my research paper, I was able to incorporate many details from our interview, and now it is pending to be published in the National High School Journal of Science. Much of this episode will also include information from the interview with Ms. Lucero. The Acjachemen have always had strong ties to the land, clear in their storytelling and ways of life. This is a park called Patuadum Village. Patuadum, meaning belly button in Acjachemen, is a known village site because it had once served as a natural water source for Acjachemen ancestors who moved down south in search of water. This natural spring served as a sign to stay and sustained the village for many years. Recently, it was revamped to honor the tribe, including quichas, ramadas, and more traditional features. Another similar site is Cal State Long Beach's protected area. On the campus of California State University in Long Beach, Acjachemen remains were found, and now nothing can be built on that sacred space. It is protected, and this ancient village spans from the campus to the ocean. The Acjachemen had their reburial ceremony to honor their ancestors. What makes this place extra special is that it was actually the birthplace of the Acjachemen creator god, Chinich Chinich. They continue to honor their relatives in these spaces. Another place they honor their relatives is the San Juan Capistrano mission. The Acjachemen people were enslaved by this mission system and got their Spanish name Juaneño, similar to the mission. Unfortunately, they were unable to practice their ceremonial practices and traditions for many, many years. This was in a time period of Indian hunts, in which natives were killed simply for being natives. Nonetheless, the mission is the biggest site, and many activities and events happen there today to honor their origins. The Acjachemen people also work with OC Public Libraries and many other organizations to deepen their community impact. Acjachemen is closely related to the Luiseno language, and both make up the Cupeño subgroup of the Uzo-Aztecan family. As I mentioned earlier, the Acjachemen language holds an endangered status. The last fluent speakers passed away in the 1980s, but thanks to recordings and extensive research, it is being revived. For example, J.P. Harrington, a linguist, dedicated a great deal of research to Luiseno, the language related to Acjachemen. Now there are language learning classes to teach first-generation speakers of the Luiseno language. There are also Acjachemen singing groups that honor the core singing traditions of their culture. These songs help strengthen pronunciation and enunciation of vowels and sounds. Ms. Lucero also mentioned that land acknowledgement is a small but sure and very strong way to honor the natives of the land. Some organizations and schools that feature land acknowledgements to the Acjachemen include the University of California, Irvine, Chapman University, California State University, Fullerton, California State University, Long Beach, Orange County Community Foundation, and the University of Southern California. Another extremely helpful way to publicize the language is through social media. Whether it be a language awareness post or flyer for a powwow, social media has been very useful. This Instagram account specifically posts a word every day in the related language Luiseño. Another program called Advocates for Indigenous California Language Survival has master language speakers who hold classes for people willing to learn. It has been such a pleasure sharing more about the Acjachemen language and culture. Thank you so much for joining me today for this very special episode with information from Miss Jacque and Miss Lucero. I'm so honored to be sharing this information with my viewers because Acjachemen has held a very special place in my heart as it opened many new doors for me in the field of linguistics. Have an amazing day, everyone.